Stay clean as a whistle, you think you official, we know that you not. Hop on the mic and discuss every issue, might take a few shots. Kick back and relax, don't overreact, it's only your thoughts. Tell me is it facts, or maybe it's cat, we never gon' stop.
Cap episode 43, we back, baby. Boy, just Blair.
43.
We in the dungeon. We in the dungeon right now. You know what I mean? We got a busy day ahead of us, so you know this will be one of the new times we recording on Sundays, so look out for us on Mondays now. So we kind of switching it up a little bit, but anyway, Shock G, man. R.I.P. to Shock G, the one who put the satin in your panties.
Shit crazy, man. Every week we gonna have to do this?
For real. They don't know what, they haven't released what the actual cause of death was yet. 57 years old, I think they found him at a hotel. Passed away, you know, good spirited brother. You know what I'm saying? One of the last people that personally knew Tupac, that put Tupac on, really, like, you know what I'm saying? Had him.
Shouts out to Digital Underground.
Yeah, Digital Underground member, obviously co-founder of Digital Underground. He put Pac on, had him dancing background, carrying luggage, you know, just any way to get in the industry, man. He showed him love. Hey, man, he will be missed, man. You know, so R.I.P. to Shock G.
Prayers up to that family, man.
Yeah, my condolences, man. So we're a little late, but we had the podcast a little late, but let's talk about who I smoke. They're Shavin. They're Shavin. And now I wonder what the cop said. So if y'all was under a rock, Derek Chauvin, he had his case. The jury deliberated. He was guilty on everything. So he'll be back in 3-4 months to get his sentence.
How long you think he's gonna get?
I think he'll get the minimums.
I don't know if he'll get the minimums, but I don't think he's gonna get what he's supposed to get.
I don't see him being in more than 10 years.
You don't think so? I was thinking like 12 to 15.
I have him at 7.
7 years?
7.
Yeah. Well, we maybe add them all up and get a range or get a medium from that. Something like that. I don't see them being
now
there
it
for
just
30
depends.
40 years.
It depends too, like are they gonna run it concurrent? Like, you know, just depends on how the judge do it. You know, he ain't got no priors. So it can get a little tricky. He should get life to me, but
They just say
The max was 40, right?
Yeah.
40.
They just said there's another case that he did the same thing.
Yeah.
To a younger black kid. But the feds are investigating it.
Oh yeah, they trying to put him away.
So like,
He's on suicide watch right now.
I bet he is.
Man, I feel like don't do that, bro. Don't be the coward. You took a life. Now you live in the consequence of that, man. I don't like that. I don't like when they do that. So I don't know. Do you think? What do y'all think would have happened if, like, say that he wasn't guilty? You think would that have been like the worst case? That would have been worse than OJ?
no. As far as what? When you say worse?
Like, do you think that like the destruction just all over the country and stuff? I'm sure there would be riots.
I don't remember. Like, obviously we was young at the time, so I don't know.
OJ was probably one of the most impactful. Like, destroyed.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it destroyed like South Central, Compton, all those black communities. They was tearing down like grocery stores and stuff like that, and they never really ever recovered from that. You know, just as far as like kind of like your own businesses and like, you know.
That's a whole interesting topic there.
Yeah.
I know the impact of OJ case. I think that's still the most famous case in American history.
Yeah.
But as far as like riots, shit,
Man.
I think that shit would be crazy.
I think it's been up there, for sure.
It definitely would have been crazy back in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Whatever city that was.
That leads to my question then. Do y'all think that pressure from society weighing in on the jury.
Facts.
Yeah.
You can't tell me the jurors didn't already like think that the nigga wasn't guilty, like he was guilty
Well,
from the
they
jump.
already had their,
They can't say it, but
they had their own opinions formed before
Yeah.
going in there.
they supposed to come with an unbiased opinion, so I can respect that. But we not gonna sit here and act like they ain't never seen the footage. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to get away from that.
I'm shocked they didn't just try to do it without a jury trial. Just let it straight up on the judge.
Man, listen, that's ugly, man. It's ugly. You see what Boosie tweeted?
What my nigga Boosie say,
I'm
man?
gonna stay out of Louisiana jail.
Boosie tweeted saying, man, if he was in Louisiana jail, I'd have goddamn made some power calls, and he put the eggplant emoji. As it's like insinuating that basically he would have the booty bandits on him, and you know, he was getting backlash. Because they was like, why is Boosie always obsessed with dick? He's always obsessed with dick. I forgot, he put one talking about women one time, just talking about how they be hypnotized by dick, and he kept putting a little eggplant emoji. Then, you know, he was talking about Dwayne Wade's son, cut the dick off, don't cut the dick off, and all that. So they was just on his ass like, bruh.
Don't cut the dick off.
Yeah, they was on his ass saying like, bruh, like, what's going on? Like, why is you always talking about dick? Like,
Please don't cut that good baby dick off.
yeah, so I don't know what y'all think about Boosie.
Consistent.
I just feel like it ain't nothing he can say that it ain't gonna, they gonna find a way to turn it into something.
I don't think that's the case with Boosie though. I think Boosie knows exactly what he's doing.
Man, he's one of my
I
favorite
think
rappers.
Boosie-
I'm trying to get
Yeah, I don't think niggas is just walking around here looking for reasons to critique Boosie. Every time Boosie is critiqued, it's because he did that shit himself. But he just don't give a fuck. That's really what the argument is. So, but hopefully they do. That other team, hopefully the feds look into that, get everything done that needs to be done. If he really did do what they're accusing him of possibly doing, investigating him. So.
Yeah, see.
We'll move on from that. So the same day, let's go to Columbus, Ohio. There's a 16-year-old girl named Ma'Khia Bryant. A call is put into the police saying that I don't know what the call was. That's kind of like out in the limbo too. Some say that they called and said, hey, it's a little girl out here with a knife. Some said that she called and said, I'm being jumped. I'm trying to protect myself. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever happened, her parents was there as well. The police come to the scene. It looked like the parents might even been involved.
I'm fighting. It was like foster parents.
Oh, her foster parents.
It was like a foster situation going on.
So everybody probably lived in the same situation and they went outside and fighting. Okay.
Something like that. The facts are still out there.
Okay. So, yeah, well, that's the thing. We don't really have that much facts. Now, we got video.
Some video.
So, and I seen another angle today too. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, they show the cop's body cam. The cop gets out the car. As soon as he gets out the car, all hell breaks loose. And Ma'Khia comes out. She knocks another girl down with a knife. I guess maybe her dad, I don't know if that's her foster dad, but he was talking like that was his child. 'Cause he was like, my baby, shot my baby. They show him kicking the girl
That was on the ground.
that was on the ground that Ma'Khia knocked down. So then she goes to another girl. She pins her up against the car. She cocks the knife back. She's about to go. And the officer shoots her 4 times in the back, where she later on dies. There's a lot of outrage.
Initially, when y'all heard it, because you all, how did y'all hear the story? Because like that body cam came out a little later. But when y'all first heard it, how did y'all hear it?
Me personally, whenever I hear stuff like that, I always want to wait till I see the footage.
If there was ever a time, it is now.
Yeah.
I heard that shit like, girl calls police
Yeah.
because people are jumping.
Actually, the first thing I seen, I mean, to cut you off, was the neighbor explaining what happened. And when I seen the video, the neighbor basically didn't see shit. Must have. You know what I mean? Like,
Girl called the police. Dude.
At first I thought it was just like a mistaken identity, like he shot the wrong girl.
Yeah.
But then once the video came out,
I'm just saying, like how I heard it versus how you
it
saw it.
ain't even tricky. It's only
How I heard it was way different than what I saw.
Yeah.
But when I initially seen it, I was like, I need to see the footage. because I know it's an emotional day.
Yeah.
Like that happened after the Chauvin case, so they probably seen.
That shit was close. Like, it was right after.
So it was just kind of like, for me, in my opinion is, and I was getting a lot of people was tweeting me telling me I was wrong and everything. My whole thing is, nobody, I know we are emotional, it was an emotional day, but people have to quit acting, one, they gotta start acting like everything is black and white. Like, two, they have to stop just automatically because there was a police shooting, that automatically means like that the police did some shit against a black person, that means that they're automatically wrong. Now, I'm not saying that, I think it was possible that maybe, when I asked on Twitter, I said, what else do y'all think that could have did? Some people were saying it's stun gun, right? I think it's dead if you do, dead if you don't, bro.
Shoot less.
I also think 4 is excessive, but me personally, I just know how the police is trained.
I don't think they're trained to shoot less than 4.
Yeah, like you're no.
I think 4 is nice because it's usually at least 6.
I'll put it like this: when you're a cop,
She gotta protect. Like, she has a knife going at somebody else, and all he sees is this. You gotta try to, at the same time, if he didn't do anything and that girl got stabbed and he was right there.
Yeah, so I feel like, alright, so like I feel like I'm looking at the cop's perspective. I feel like the cop, okay, so if we place some blame, the cop, obviously he gets some of the blame, but I also think that he was just put in a bad situation, a lose-lose situation.
I agree with that.
Because if he didn't shoot her and she stabbed the girl, then their parents are saying he just let it happen.
It was criticism either way. He was in a lose-lose.
Then I looked at some footage that I don't know when it came out, either yesterday or today, from the neighbor's camera across the street, and you could clearly see that the situation was kind of under control because there was other cops there, and she became the aggressor.
That's another thing.
She became the aggressor. I get that she called if she did call the cops, I get that, but you can't, if the situation is already being handled because other cops are there, and then you just was like, I'm gonna kill that bitch, and you just run with a knife.
She must have said something to set her off.
Yeah, like
Rage.
your adrenaline, you overreacted, like you became the aggressor. So now it's his job to protect this other child from getting stabbed.
Because it's thunder and you still can get that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I done seen people get stunned and literally their adrenaline is so high they don't even feel it. They can snatch the shit out. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, I think that the cops was put in a bad situation. I blame the parents more than the adults.
They could have took her in the house.
She should have been in the house, doors locked, period.
Yeah, that's what some of my people I was talking to were saying the same thing. So I saw Shamari and Trevor, they was just like, yo, it was the parents' fault. Just stay in the house. As soon as you came out there, you was invited in that whole situation.
Because have y'all ever gotten in a fight outside and it's like, oh no, take this in front of my house and everyone about to fight and go back out? That shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
you keep your ass in this house. Or if they see you and it's happening, they might yoke you up like, get your ass in this house.
That's a fact. But if this is true and it was like some type of fight situation, that everybody had access to the house.
Everybody has access to the house, but there's more than one. I've seen more than one adult at the scene. I've seen more than one adult.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Like, I'm not even, you know what it is? Like, I understand too. Like, if the neighbors was out there watching what they say they was, like, me, I'm not that type of neighbor. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm gonna be a neighbor that be like, hey, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna try to search. Now she wasn't a knife. I don't know how long she had the knife, so I can't really say nothing about that. But I don't think that it sounded like the initial thing. She didn't have a knife from the beginning. So I don't know.
Maybe they put the pause on her.
If they jumped
she went back in the house and tried to get back.
That's true.
But I do understand from another standpoint. Okay, you say you saw a video where the dad had kicked the girl.
Yeah.
If your kid just got jumped, you don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm not hitting nobody kids.
But Brandon, I
not
get
hitting
that.
nobody kids.
I'm saying,
why the escalation? The cops was on there.
I didn't see that.
Like, even if your kid got jumped 10 minutes ago, what you waiting 10 minutes to fight back?
Yeah, I didn't know when the kid came in. Was it before the cops got there?
No. When she knocked down the girl, he kicked the kid.
It was right before she got shot.
Right.
The cop was literally looking at the girl on the ground, and she ran, and she about to shake up the other girl.
At that point, you need to just go ahead and grab your kid.
So, and another thing is just like, bro, like, you gotta think about it, like, that's your daughter that's about to get stabbed, are you really mad at the officer for saving your kid's life?
I'm like, dang, I wish you could have tased it, but thanks for doing what you had to do.
Like really, like the thing is, the cops are meant to treat deadly force with deadly force. So that's why it's like I don't really know, bro. Like I feel like everybody can say what they would have done. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's a fucking expert. Everybody's a cop, a negotiation expert. I seen a nigga told me he should have just used his baton. I'm like, nigga, when?
With a knife?
No.
What you was gonna win?
That happened.
She'd have been dead.
She was
Yeah.
a stabber.
She was ready to kill. Like that's my thing. I'm like, nigga, you talking about a baton? What is that gonna do?
So same situation, you the cop, but you the parent of the kid that's about to get stabbed. Do you shoot the kid?
I'm the parent of the kid.
That's
Wait,
about
am I the cop or the parent?
No, say you're just the parent, not the cop.
Yeah.
You run outside and you see your child about to get stabbed, and you had your gun. Would you shoot the
I'm
kid?
shooting the girl. If that's all I got, I mean, I hate to say that. I ain't never here to take nobody's life. That's never my intentions. But if my daughter's life is in danger, see, that's the thing, is because he got the shield.
Yeah.
And I guess they look at it as like you hold a responsibility, you're supposed to be an expert. But at the end of the day, people gotta realize he's a human. Now, Derek Chauvin, shit like that, we know that. But we not gonna act like the officer was not put in a bad situation, and that's what I really want folks to understand. I don't have the right answer, but I need other people to stop acting like they got the right answer as well.
Cause a situation like
Who
that.
else did act like they got the right answer?
LeBron James. LeBron James. So LeBron James, he faced his own criticism because before the footage came out, he reacted. It was right after the what you call it, Derek Chauvin case, George Floyd situation. So emotions was high. He puts up a post and other officer and says, "You're next." Accountability. And he eventually took that down. So, and that was used right after the footage came, deleted. You know what I'm saying? He tweeted, delete that motherfucker like Gucci on the rant a few years ago. He just deleted that motherfucker. So, I think my thing was, obviously, do we all agree that was premature?
Of course.
Yeah. But he's gonna be the first person to speak up.
That's the problem. You don't have to be the first person to speak up.
I think he thinks in his head that he's supposed to be that person.
I agree with you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And a lot of times it gets, but for him it's work. People celebrate for him. Oh, you're the anti-Michael Jordan. Like you're the, what we wish Michael Jordan would have did.
So brave.
You're the, you stand up for social issues. But he's starting to realize a lot of Michael Jordan keeps his mouth shut a lot. Because shit is polarizing. And if you say something wrong one time, or you jump the gun one time, look what happens.
Yeah, I think when you do that, you leave it up for interpretation as to what like all the people that that maybe don't agree with LeBron or just don't agree with the situation, they looking at it like you putting a bounty on his head or some shit.
Yeah.
So
Trump called him racist.
Yeah, Trump said it was racist and he should focus on basketball. Basically, shut up and dribble. He hit him with the shut up and dribble.
I know he tired of hearing that shit.
So, I mean, at the same time, it's just like, LeBron, you made an error, and I think LeBron is a perfect example of what I'm saying. Like, stop letting, we can be emotional, but we have to have our logic in order to. Stop talking prematurely. It's enough cases going on in the world like this to where we don't have to dive
Every single one.
Like it's enough cases going on where we don't have to even do all that. So I just think, folks, I think the lesson to be learned is just slow down a little bit, get a little bit more info.
Stop with the hot takes all the time.
Yeah, we don't need to think pieces all the time, baby. You know what I mean? So let's get into probably the rest of this is gonna be just rap drama. We just gonna get into a whole bunch of rap drama. Julio. So if y'all, like, it's been an ongoing beef with these rappers from Jacksonville, Florida. Julio versus Young and Ace. Both have been shot, both have took a tremendous amount of losses. It's just been a real bloody battle. I'm sure the feds are in town, just gathering intel. Yeah, they probably don't care. So Young and Ace, it started with Young and Ace and his homies. They made a video called "Who I Smoke," where it's a comical video. They're clowning on them. It just doesn't fit. You know, they Florida niggas with wicks and dreads and
Polo.
You know, tattoos on their face, and there's no guns in the video. It was very creative how they did the video. They're on a golf course in polos. Who, why smoke? It's catchy. The song is catchy. Julio, the thing though, the worst thing they could have did was do that song because Julio, they actually put Julio on now. Because he's responded with 3, 4, 5 disses that were very catchy, creative. He been shooting videos, he went to a park. And in the latest video he did, which he had like 1.5 million in 24 hours, where he's rapping to the Fantasia beat. These Jacksonville niggas are creative ass niggas. I'll give them that. Cause these niggas did the When I See You beat. He's singing, he's rapping about the ops. He printed out a Fox clip of.
Man, that shit was disrespectful.
So Young and Ace had been shot, and he was with 3 people in the car. One of them was his brother. When they got shot, all three of them died, and Young and Ace was the only survivor.
Damn.
Some say Julio allegedly may have been in the car. I don't know, but he printed that out of like the report. He got a big ass poster in the video. He's going to a grave site. I'm not gonna say it's theirs. I don't know if he knows exactly where their grave site is. But he's pouring alcohol out for them. They stepping all on that thing. He's laying down in the grass by the cemetery, you know, smoking a blunt. The song is catchy. He's hitting falsettos. He's serenading the ops. He's serenading the ops.
That might be it.
He's serenading the ops. That's the episode.
That might be the name of this episode.
He's serenading the ops. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. My question to y'all: do we think he's at the point of no return?
Facts. There's no coming back to that. I don't give a fuck if you become Christian, Buddhist, monk, like.
It's only one nigga that I heard that might have said some more disrespectful shit than that. And it was only one line, one bar. Gucci. Other than that,
so look, no. Hey, everybody that's watching this or listening to this, type in on YouTube, type in OG Man, The Truth. This wasn't the first time that this happened. So it's a rapper that they was linked to, I don't know if he was an op with Shy Glizzy or he was with Shy Glizzy, but like in DC there's like a certain neighborhood, like Southwest, Southeast, whatever, they got beef, right? It's a rapper named OG Man years ago. This nigga was like lighting the op's grave on fire and shit. He did a video standing over the op's grave, just a whole bunch of disrespectful shit. That's the first time I've ever seen some disrespectful shit like that in a video, right? Guess what happened to him a couple months later?
Got killed. Because the thing is, like, the rapper might forgive you, or the family members might not. The niggas in his
Just
hood
a public
might not.
period, yeah, right?
Like, it's no coming back from that. Like, you always have to have your head on the swivel.
Yeah.
Or you just never gonna stay the fuck away from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Or wherever the hood you from.
And he's still in Jacksonville. Like, he's not a big artist like that, so he's still kind of in the street.
but I mean, my thing with him is like, he know what he doing. He might just be antagonizing. Like, yo, all right, what you got? And hopefully, these niggas just reply by song. I hope.
But like, that's all he know now. What about when he got kids and 20 years from now? Like, you can't, you gonna live it up, you gonna, like, you got, that's that situation you got
going
right
too
now.
far. You think him keep doing shit like this gonna make him?
I'm be honest with you. I think he got 6 months before the feds pick him up or he dead. I give him 6 months, no cap.
So when
Because I just think like,
when y'all keep saying
These
who I
niggas are-
smoke, at some point, when are they gonna change the law? They're gonna take the lingo and be like, oh, you just confessed to this murder.
that's what they doing.
They're doing that.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
don't even have to. They have op specialists. They bring in tech. They bring in
That's what I'm
gang
saying.
task
They keep
force.
saying shit like that. They can just, all right, you already.
I would hate to be in the gang. with
Let's
these
just get a
niggas.
little bit of. All they need is a little bit of more evidence.
Bro, I'm listening
said
to a
it.
story. I'm watching the Warren Jacksonville documentary. For those who want to catch up on the story, just YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in the Warren Jacksonville, and it'll come right up. I'm watching the shit, right? So apparently, allegedly, a young Ace got a shooter. He's also a rapper. His name was Queso, right? Now, this is why I would hate to be in these niggas' games. Queso is currently locked up for a couple bodies. He's fighting a case on the ground. And then who I smoke, he goes, one thing about Queso, he gonna shoot if I say so. Do you think that's the best thing you should be saying when your homie is in jail? Like, you need to be acting like Quando Rondo, nigga. Like
Rondo down.
Yeah,
Experience.
yeah.
I don't know.
My soul is my body. I'm so scared.
I didn't know what was going on. He saved my life.
That's what you need to be acting like. So like these niggas are sloppy. None of these niggas got, well, maybe Young and Ace, but Julio definitely don't got no fucking PR, nigga. He still in the trap, like he shower every 3 days. Like this nigga
Hey,
look crazy.
this snitching that they doing this shit is dry snitching, but this shit worse than regular snitching.
These niggas is worse in Chicago because they look at these Chicago influences and they try to take it a step further.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. Like this is like they call it the Jacksonville drill or Jack drill and shit like that. It's just like, no, this is stupidity at this point, bro. This is just what it is. I'm not giving you a lot of time to keep living, or unless you're going to jail, which jail will be the best thing for you. But like we're gonna see a Bobby Smurda GS9 type sweep on these niggas. There's no way that these niggas think they can just be alluding to murders.
And put this shit on YouTube.
Like you might just be giving them the finishing piece that they need. Like you're young and dumb.
That's what it is. Like even if it's like they can't prove it, I don't need the like a mountain of evidence to say that.
Not the charges they can say.
Bro, you put these charges on you based on these lyrics that you referring to. As the songs.
We need to put you in the feds, and then we can still be just in gathering up the information.
Niggas crazy.
As long as I put you in the feds, somebody gonna snitch.
These niggas done connected enough dots through the song.
I don't know why these niggas think they can talk like this, and why they think they really. This is what I say about gangs, bro. These niggas really think everybody is loyal.
Thorough.
They think they niggas is more thorough than these niggas, and that's really the issue, man. Like, nigga, these niggas is gonna fold, bro.
As soon as that money stops, as soon as you put any pressure on certain people, what?
Nigga, sorry, nigga. And that's another thing I don't like about these beefs, right? I wanted to get into this last one, but so like. The one person I respected was like King Von, because King Von always come back to the neighborhood. He giving his homies money, shit like that. Now you know what they probably gonna spend their money on, maybe guns, whatever it may be. But at the same time, I feel like these rappers are putting the street niggas that's still in the field in a bad position. Cause y'all is around the world, around the South, wherever y'all may be, touring. Y'all ain't on the front line every day. So now y'all sitting here talking. And y'all on record saying this, and these niggas is spinning the block in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I gotta deal with this shit.
Y'all niggas is putting me in a bad position.
Cause them niggas might not even live in the hood no more.
Yeah, like y'all niggas is putting me in clearly. Maybe not Julio.
That's where a lot of beef start. You the rapper, Chief Keef.
That's why the Chief Keef, yeah, I was about to say, that's why Chief Keef should happen. Like, when niggas is going to jail, you supposed to bail them out. You supposed to take care of situations, because you're the one talking about, I take it too good blunt and I burn it. And the niggas from 63rd is coming the street up to shoot at niggas. Niggas is getting blood. I'm not saying it's necessarily all the way your fault. Obviously, we know the streets is the streets.
How long took a good day, bro?
Bro, it's probably over 10 years. Over 10 years, bro.
That's like the most hated nigga I've ever heard of
He
and
was
never known.
15 years old, bro.
How could you hate the nigga so?
I think it just sounded good.
I think it was just the name.
When he
the
died,
first person that got associated with this.
I get the
and then when he died, you know, they named their hood after the person, so they named it Tugaville. So that's why he just caught the straight, because it was like, I'm taking a Tuga blunt. Like,
But I got the cheap Keef part.
Yeah.
And like, was that 5-6 years later?
Why is it still only him?
Everybody still saying the same shit.
because the fans love it. That's the noticeable one, that the fans was, I'm smoking on Tuga. The rappers that they had, that FBG Duck was going around G-checking. He was going around saying like, hey, don't, like, Tuga is a real person. Niggas was thinking that Tuga was a strand of weed. They didn't quite get it yet. The fans didn't quite get it yet.
See, I thought it was an issue with, I thought Dirk and them niggas had an issue with him too or some shit. That's why
Dirk is a BD, so yeah, they all together.
It's just like the time in between is like, yo.
Dirk, O-Block, OTF, 300, 600, that's all together. They all BDs.
My bad, we went off on a tangent. I ain't even go into it.
Yeah, I mean,
I was confused.
I got a question. Cause I was like watching some shit on YouTube. I be in the comments. I'm the nigga that's commenting under the YouTube pages and shit, arguing with niggas and shit. I was arguing with one nigga about this whole Jacksonville shit. And he was saying, this nigga said, I don't have no issues with the rappers putting what they want to put on wax. But his problem was, he had a problem with the fans, saying that they don't know how severe this is, and they don't know what the issue is. They don't know, like, people are really, they're walking around, and they're making the situation worse. So, my thing, I said, I think that's misplaced blame. How do y'all feel about that? Because I felt like that's misplaced blame. I felt like the rappers, they're the ones who put it on wax. That's what they want. They want the fans to do that.
How you get mad at the fans? Like that's I hate people. I don't understand that logic. It's like, that's the same people blaming academics for reposting something.
Yeah, or doing the Warren Chirac.
It's like, Warren Chirac, I mean, a little bit OD. Because if he never did that, how much more popular would it have been? But
I think Chicago is Chicago.
But just one post, or you make a song and it gets big, and you go, "That's your fault." No,
you shouldn't
gotta take
singing "Who I Smoke." I was like, yeah, I don't agree with that either. I think that's a little bit misplaced. So I don't know.
I just want niggas to be smart, man. That's it.
Yeah. So Sada Baby, Mo rap drama. Sada Baby has been beefing with a nigga named Doughboy. He's been beefing with a nigga named Doughboy from Free Band Gang. He's signed the Future. He's from, where was he from?
They're from Detroit, right?
He's from Detroit. He's from Cleveland. He's from Cleveland.
Okay.
He's from Cleveland. Sada Baby's from Detroit. Yeah, I'm sure, my bad. Sada Baby's from Detroit. I guess somehow, I think maybe Sada Baby was in Cleveland. He was in the Yo. So they've been beefing, they've been going back and forth for a while. So basically, Doughboy was like, look man, don't make me expose you. Of course, in true rapper fashion, Sada Baby's bugging still. Doughboy comes out and says, nigga, let's talk about how you got robbed in the studio. My studio is next to yours. You got robbed in the studio because the nigga said, hey man, I like your gun, bro. Let me see your gun. He get a nigga his gun, and nigga ups it on him. Robs him, allegedly they strip him. Take all his jewels, his drugs. His jewels, his drugs, his money, they take everything. They dip. They took his gun. He gets up, he goes running into the next room. They were saying he felt like Doughboy probably set him up. Doughboy says, this is all Doughboy's story. He said he pulls out the pole on him. He's like, I thought this nigga was coming at me like he was trying to do something. I guess he was trying to figure out what's going on. So that turned into that. My thing is, I want to ask y'all, like, is rappers being robbed a big thing anymore? Like, is that really an issue? Like, is that, like, should that take away from your image?
It just depends on how it happens. Some niggas can get robbed and turn into how you flip the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
It's like who controls the narrative? Like I remember you talking about 50 Cent getting shot. It made him look like a gangster.
Beat up allegedly.
And he came out of it like
But the thing,
the bullies.
Yeah.
But on that situation, it depends on how you got robbed and how you reacted. You got robbed because you was being stupid. And you gave the nigga a pistol. But did you go back and retaliate? Like, nigga, you got 48 hours.
That nigga is not from Cleveland, bro. He knows nowhere to go. The only person to think about it, he's cool with Baby Joe, and then Baby Joe up and put the pistol on him. So now y'all got problems.
But it's just like, nigga, that's a short time span you have for you to still look like you cool in this situation. If not, like, shit.
Well, see, allegedly this is old, but what I don't get is Sada Baby, why are you talking? That's the last nigga I'm talking shit about, knowing that he upped the pistol on me. And he probably know the niggas who robbed me.
He probably thought that shit. He ain't told the story this long. He might not tell that shit.
Bro, these niggas, that's how I know it gotta be drugs. Like, these rappers be on drugs, and it's like, you know this nigga can hold something over your head.
But he's like, that nigga ain't said that shit in this many
Or
years.
I ain't saying that now. So I can lie. I'd be like, I ain't the full story.
First of all, I tell niggas this all the time. Well, he said that he got footage. You know how that goes.
So
that's probably a 20% chance is that true. But me, I guess me, the person I am, I'll be too worried about the footage, so I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But certain shit, like I was listening to Ether the other day, right? And like I remember niggas always, when you argue with a New York nigga, especially a Brooklyn nigga, right? Them niggas is gonna say, well, I like to take over better because it's more the truth. Everything he said was factual. Nas was just saying shit. I don't give a fuck. Nas did it right. If I'm a rapper and I'm in a bad situation, I'm gonna lie.
Make up all the bullshit.
The problem is these rappers are bad liars. Like niggas like Rich the Kid who get robbed every month. He's a bad liar. Like me, I would be a good liar in the rap industry.
You trying to slide that one in?
Bro, this nigga get robbed every month, bro. Every month he get robbed. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, like, I think that I would just lie. Like, how you say, like, leave it alone or lie. Really good.
The niggas that's closest to you that know it's the truth, they gonna appreciate that song better. But everybody else outside of that, whoever made the best song win.
Yeah. I can agree with that. So, hold on, let me see. What we got next? Baby Blue. Baby Blue, whoa! Pretty Ricky. Hey.
I was praying for that.
First of all, Baby Blue had the hottest verse on the hotline. Don't ever get it confused. My nigga was on the telephone rapping. That shit was going crazy. Shout out my boy. That's side tangent. But
we see.
Anyway, Baby Blue, shout out to Baby Blue, man. He was at a bowling alley. You know, he already fighting a case for like scamming with the government. This nigga had like 24 M's.
His PPP loans.
Nah, that's going crazy.
Bro, nigga had it. So he's online. I'm talking about a Cuban this fucking big, bro. This fucking big. The shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie. The nigga looked like goddamn Slick Rick out here, bro. So I don't know. I can't even see what happened. I don't know if niggas just ran into him or they was fighting.
It was his album release party.
It was his album release party?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
At a bowling alley, right?
Yeah.
In Davie, Florida?
Yep.
I guess that's like maybe a suburb of Miami.
They caught this nigga at his album release
And they
party.
called him.
This nigga said he couldn't get to Miami. And he was at the ball now.
Yeah, bro. These niggas shot him, bro. He got shot. I don't even know where he got shot at. But I seen the footage of him laid out on the ground. He got hit in the lung. Actually, it went through his lung. Wherever he got shot, it went through his lung. So he has to, and it's stuck in his back, the bullet.
Jesus.
He has to learn how to walk. And I don't know if they said talk, but he has to learn how to. I definitely know they said he has to learn how to walk.
Well, his fingers must work.
He's even tweeting.
Bro, I felt bad until he tweeted. And I was like, man, hey.
What did he tweet? What did he tweet?
That nigga said, y'all, I'm fighting for my life. I'm trying to, and I'm gonna keep fighting if y'all make me,
the biggest rapper alive.
I'm like, damn, man, you about to die, then. Shit. That shit pissed me off. Like, I felt bad for him, and I was like, damn, not another one.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at. Hey, bro, time out. What's the difference between that and 50 Cent? Hey, so look. We know 50 Cent is the master promo guy, right?
Yeah.
So he basically promoted his whole career off of being shot, correct? And he making music to back it up. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, let's say that social media was prevalent when 50 Cent got shot. You think he probably would have tweeted some of the same shit?
No, he not gonna ask for your vote. Let me get your vote as best rapper alive.
I'm just saying, like, I ain't mad at the nigga for
No,
being
I
a businessman.
that shit. It better have been him because somebody in his camp did that shit. One of y'all niggas.
He probably telling me, say this.
You gotta have a hot track to follow that, bro, or something. Like, the music gotta be there.
I'm like, not rapper. Like, come on with another job.
Maybe another job.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, Baby Blue. Whoa, you still made the best verse on goddamn on the hotline. You feel me? I run that to my girl all the time.
I wish we had girls here to debate that because I think you would lose.
What?
That who had
My nigga said the sun ain't up, but I had to call. Then he had the phone voice on. Nigga, stop playing with him. Don't ever play with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Before I had to serenade the op, nigga. Stop playing.
serenade the
Oh my God. Then he said, now I'm just gonna get 23. Yo, oh my god, that shit was so disrespectful. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I ain't supposed to be laughing at that. Like that nigga kinda, hey. I know younger niggas had to look at that and be like, damn, that nigga kinda got me right there. No cap. Anyway. So this nigga should, if this was the Breakfast Club, this nigga right, this is the cap nigga of the week. This is the donkey of the day. This is the, you played yourself. Like, this story is just fucking dumb. Fabio Foreign, the Brooklyn drill rapper, who he got shot at in Atlanta. I just think he just moved a little weird to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what let me, I found out he moved a little weird. And I also learned he be lying about his age. Like, he's our age, but he be acting like he's younger. But you know the rap industry. So he got, so he went to the, I don't even need to read this. So it was a story about basically, he went to the ATM. He was in New Jersey. I guess he probably lives in New Jersey, you know. Obviously, it's a suburban area of New York. He stopped, you know, in New Jersey, New York, it's hard to find parking. So he double parks and just leaves his blinker on in the wrong place, goes to get his money out the ATM, comes back, cop is approaching him, trying to write him a ticket. Excuse me. The cop comes up to him and trying to talk to him, and he ignores him and just walks in the opposite direction. So he's trying to talk to him, and he takes off running. So in the midst of him taking off running, his gun falls out of his pants.
Oh no.
They catch him. They catch him.
Check the bottom.
Now he's a convicted felon in the New York area.
Oh my God.
Facing a gun charge. All because,
He wanted to take it.
bruh, for me, I guess I'll start off with my opinion being able to say this. Bruh, you could have stood there with the burner in your waist and you could have just said, yo, I'm sorry, man. I obviously I was busy on double parked. I'll just take the ticket and I apologize for that, officer. Have a nice day. He does the opposite. He panics. You too old to be panicking. You're 30 years old. You too old to be doing that kind of panicking.
Drugs.
So, yeah, that's what you think has something to do with it? It was drugs.
Stupidity.
It's stupidity and drugs. That's probably both.
It's a dangerous mix. Like, or just paranoia. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's just paranoia. Like, it gets to the point. It gets to the point. I know the rock. It gets to the point where it's like, if you living that lifestyle and niggas be like, bro, I'm not going to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. You see a cop roll up on you, and in the middle of the night, you panic. He probably not even thinking it's a double park. Hey, nigga, what's gonna happen? Should take off running. Like,
That nigga knew he had some shit on him he wasn't supposed to have on him.
yeah, or it could have been some more shit like that. The gun was illegal. My thing is like,
Nigga, but how do you do some shit like that and the gun illegal?
I just don't get these niggas, bro. They make enough money
Who was that?
where you going, you know the laws in New York.
But who was that? He was in Jersey, so I think he might be better off.
Joel?
No, who's the nigga that played for the Saints that just got pulled over with a gun? And the serial number was marked out. Fuck.
But in New Jersey, you have a gun.
No, New Jersey, you're fine. But
No, in New
Jersey
Jersey-
wrong too.
In New Jersey, no. It's just stricter. You can have one at the house. I don't think you can like be in the car or on your waist.
Jersey gun.
That really don't matter. He still, even if it did have a serial number on it, he still go to jail for the same shit. You know what I'm saying? The serial number just let the police know, hey, we need to look into the ballistics of this gun because maybe it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that my thing is, this is how you know. I ain't gonna say that necessarily this what I'm saying is 100% correct, but if you was really gangster how you say, you gotta know that that's not how you move, my nigga. Like you just like you turned a $100 ticket into 3 years, 4 years in jail. That's basically what you just did.
Niggas panic.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like some of that's paranoid.
Yeah, but nigga, come on, bro. My thing is, this is the problem I have with rappers too.
Another way to say you pussy.
This is the problem I have with rappers. This is the problem I have with rappers. Like, they always try to be on the scene. I know he was just going there, but my thing is, if you felt you, like, why not live, like a lot of people put it like this, like it's like in Atlanta, right? A lot of these rappers, they want to live where, in the city, or they want to live in busy spots, or they want to live in suburbs where the other rappers is living and all this shit. When really you could just go somewhere and stay out of the way. To the point where like, I'm a rapper. I ain't saying this, your life is always 100%. It's avoidable situations, but you probably can feel comfortable getting out. Like when I lived in, I'm not gonna say where I was at. Put it like this, Waka Flocka lived down the street from me. And Waka used to be at the grocery store. Like, he felt comfortable going to that grocery store. You have to live somewhere comfortable. You have to be somewhere comfortable to where you're not in these type of situations, where you're not always on alert. Now, I ain't saying don't be lacking, but you know where you're at. Like, I think a lot of these rappers is always just trying to be in the mix. Maybe I gotta drive extra 15, 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, bro. These rappers, they confuse me. They really do.
It's a dangerous sport to be in.
It is.
Kind of a story. Who else we got, man?
So, I think we're gonna do one more rap topic, then we're gonna get into a little basketball. Maybe we might even do a little football, depending on the time. So, 6ix9ine did a show yesterday, right? I also seen that Quando Rondo was about to do a show with the 4K trade. You know, he coming with the whole 4K trade, right? And my thing is, I think it'll be interesting. Who do y'all think gets tried first?
Quando.
Now that 6ix9ine's doing shows and Quando. Now 6ix9ine jumped into the crowd yesterday.
Do you not know probably half of that crowd was paid to be there? Or at least the people that was in the front, at least, when he jumped in the crowd. So
yeah,
that's why I was like, him jumping in the crowd don't mean shit to me. And it's gonna be easier to touch Quando Rondo than it is gonna be touch 6ix9ine.
Do you think that the crowd is different?
That too.
People that like 6ix9ine are like white boys, teenagers,
and snitches.
Snitches or niggas who don't care to snitch. They're just put niggas that don't know them. Hey, do you think snitches be looking at him like, yo, that's the best snitch I ever saw, I'm gonna support him?
Identify. They probably in secret.
They ain't gonna be in his concert.
So who you think having something?
I think 6ix9ine money longer, so I suspect his security would be better.
Good point.
So Quando, and I think 6ix9ine, I think his movements will be smarter. I think he's been doing this.
6ix9ine is smart, but he's dumb too.
He's dumb and smart.
Quando Rondo is.
I don't really know his. I'm not gonna say he's dumb or smart. I don't know his movements. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't as big as an artist as 6ix9ine was. Right. So I don't like now that he got this light on him. I don't know how that's gonna work. His decision making may not be the same. So it just kind of. It don't work for 6ix9ine. He hasn't really been touched outside of people from his own camp. You know.
That's it.
So it's like, Quando, he's already been hit for the most part. So
yeah, and I think so. And I just think when you ain't having, clearly he's not investing in security. He's just investing in.
Niggas.
He signed a young boy, so I'm gonna use young boy's camp while he in jail. These niggas probably need a couple dollars in their pockets. So we just gonna all come thugged out to the show. That just don't really sound like the greatest move to me. He trying to do it in South Georgia, I think in Waycross. So the Jacksonville crowd, South Georgia crowd will be there. They try to do it far away enough from the city because they know Dirk and them live in the city, but I just don't think this. I think wherever you go, it's gonna probably be some drama.
you never know.
We'll see. We'll stay caught up on that. We'll figure that out. We're gonna go to the NBA first. So, shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. They just with Gilly and Wallow, one of my favorite podcasts. They just had earlier this week. They had KD on there, right?
Catch though. She jumped out. What?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, I thought you said KD.
Kevin Durant. I like what you did. Nah, you don't remember that?
You was holding on to that one.
Nah, you don't remember that?
I do. It just
Okay.
That was funny.
I couldn't help it.
So Kevin Durant was on there. They asked him, which I felt was a kind of
Intentional question.
It was like an intentional question that he could get in trouble for, but it kind of wasn't clear, like the question.
The question could have went either way.
Yeah, so they said, who is the best teammates that you've played with?
Not the best players.
Top 5.
They said, give us your top 5 best teammates that you played with.
That keyword is teammates.
So he said, Kyrie, James Harden, Steph, Clay,
and
then Ibaka.
He hesitated, and it's a certain Ibaka.
He said Ibaka. He thought about it. He was thinking about it. He was just like Ibaka. And then they was like, "Hey, you not gonna say Russ?"
No. Oh.
And he was like, "I'm glad y'all said that, because you know how they would have did me." Actually, let me put Russ 4th, and let me put Clay 5th. And I woke up the next morning. I knew it was gonna be some shit. I woke up the next morning, and everybody was on his ass, right? Including Shannon Sharp, who still hasn't learned his lesson. So
They gonna fight.
yeah, so they're well, he gonna lose.
They gonna do that. They gonna.
KD.
Okay.
So
Can't whoop me, so
yeah.
talking shit.
So basically that situation, that turned it out to media. You know, that was all over the media, and everybody was giving their opinion. They were saying like he's lying. He's some people say he's trolling. Some people just think it's an honest mistake. What do y'all think in that particular situation?
If he went, babe, I think I'm probably one of the few people. I really think he was thinking of it as like his favorite players to play with as far as teammates.
I agree.
So those were his top players to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
If
agree.
that's the case, then I can see that. That might be the only way. But still, even if that's the case, why leave off Russ?
But maybe he didn't enjoy it. They said that they didn't, like towards the end they wasn't really cool like that.
But you like
That's not the,
You're
the best teammate.
sometimes you lie to avoid a story.
Everybody, but look,
answer truthfully.
okay, so one thing I will say though, it's been known.
Smoking weed or some shit.
One thing I will say, it's been known around the league that Serge Ibaka is a great teammate.
He's a lie. Serge is not gonna care if you didn't name. It's not gonna be a story. Serge might text you, like, hey, bro, you could have named me in my house. So you already know how it is.
But
It's over with. Russ, that's gonna be on ESPN. You're gonna be on thing.
What I always say
what
about
if you don't
doing
get it?
shit outside your job. Nigga, I'm telling you my personal opinion. These are my favorite coworkers.
Well, that ain't really
These
that
are my
type of
favorite
situation.
because you know it's gonna turn into some bigger shit if he say the wrong thing. Not
But
like-
he's work. But he okay. So
He-
when
this
you're
is
doing a
outside
podcast, I think that's different because
he went promote.
he's no. But look, he might not just because that's not necessarily an NBA gig. He's still and Kevin Durant. They asked him about it. Like he's one of the biggest brands in the NBA. Everything he does is promoting his brand. So when you're going on front of a camera,
But that
like,
was
I'm
a brand question. That wasn't nothing that's gonna hurt his brand.
it wasn't. They didn't think it probably would have hurted him. But when he said it, he knew because he said, "I'm glad y'all called me out and told me."
That's the internet.
So one thing I'm gonna say, now I can't appreciate if he stood. Now, like, listen, all I'm saying is now if he stand, like, if that was really the case, now I don't. Yeah, if you stand on it, you stand on it.
Oh no, I thought y'all meant those are my top 5 favorite teammates.
Yeah, like my
Love
favorite
Russ.
teammates, or maybe he needed some, give me some clarification on the question, but I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, bro. I think that I knew what it was gonna be.
I think the first.
I think that Kevin Durant is just the type of nigga where he's not gonna lie. He's probably tired of lying. Like, like this. Your parents ever asked you to like you ever seen your parents lie? And like about like their kids, like or some shit talking to other adults about their kids and shit like that. Like parents will flex or they'll they make it seem like what it is. You get tired of that shit, right?
Oh, why you just tell the truth?
So I just feel like that's kind of like Kevin Durant's moment right now. I think he's just tired of when he came in. I'm sure he had a PR team, he had this team, this, that, and the third. They told him do this, act like this, we're gonna brand you like this, we're gonna do you like that. I just think that he's old enough to now where he's like, nigga, I got my money. Either way I'm getting my money, I can do what I want to do. I'm telling my truth. Now, I felt like he told his truth and then doubled back because of he thought about the backlash and was like maybe, or he's just a master troll.
I'm starting to think this nigga troll.
I think he's a master troll. I really think he likes. Because then after that, he likes some shit where it's Steph Curry. I was like, nah, you ain't making that mistake again.
Like it's intentional. Some of this shit he's doing. He might feed off, throw it off a little bit. And that's it's not throw it off. It's just the drama, because it obviously don't affect his game. He play better with it. You seen that shit when he was with Golden State. All that drama he was dealing with, and look how it turned out. But I don't know.
I agree.
It's some shit.
I think it's just more so trolling at this point. I think he just knows what he's doing. He's a master troll. He just knows what it is. Football wise, I was gonna ask y'all before we get into the what's the scenario. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. How am I the man still? The Falcons got a tricky position. We get number 4, right?
What do y'all need?
The Cowboys want number 4.
Wow.
Because I think Jerry Jones is the ultimate showman. He wants to have the best show on turf. He don't care about the defense. He wants to bring asses to them seats. He wants to keep having that brand like we're the greatest entertaining team to watch, right?
We entertaining this here.
So my question is, what do y'all think to go on draft day? First of all, let's talk about the Falcons. Do y'all think? I personally want them to take what's my man, tight end from Florida,
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. I personally want them to take Kyle Pitts. Do you think that they're trading off of that position? Because there's been rumors that they're trading the pick.
I'm trying to think, who are they trading for? Like, what would they be trying to get?
I see y'all taking if y'all do trade, I see y'all taking somebody from the defense. Because I feel like y'all offense is pretty set. If y'all not gonna go for a quarterback, what else do you need? That's not like that's gonna be that high. You can get an edge rusher, you can get a cornerback.
We can use anything on defense.
Just get a linebacker.
They say we gonna get a linebacker.
But Kyle Pitts can upgrade anybody. Everybody can use a generational tight end. I don't know. I want it because the Jets, we got number 2 pick. Like I wouldn't mind trading back at the time before we traded Sam Darnold and get somebody Kyle Pitts or offensive lineman.
So who the Cowboys say name on?
They want Kyle Pitts.
I don't even want Kyle Pitts.
I want Kyle Pitts.
But it's like also, if you're a good team, you can always plug in like you ain't gonna find like a Randy Moss every day. That's true. But Randy Moss never won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he individually is great, but you can find somebody a little bit less that's really good in a draft.
I think
you got Jamar Chase, you got Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. There's 3 other wideouts you can get that you don't have to like trade out the number 4 pick if it's not good.
I think people look at Kyle Pitts and they look at like DJ Metcalf.
Yeah, like the tight end.
Like freak athlete tight end. I think the Falcons. I think one thing I will say is gonna let me know what our future holds. If we trade the pick, or if we drop the quarterback, just let me know that we resetting shit. So resetting shit, we need to trade everybody and just start over. Yeah. Now if we take Kyle Pitts, that's letting me know that we think maybe Matt and Julio and them got like a year or 2 left. And we trying to win right now.
Y'all had a great tight end. Shit, this ain't work this year.
Yeah, but Two's always lovely.
But I can see
that nigga's like a once in a.
But you know the reason why I see
nigga.
why we would want him, because that don't throw the ball past 15 yards down the field.
I don't think that we have.
Great for Cowboys. Like, you see how
it don't matter. We need to get our defense.
Same with the Falcons.
We need the same defense that the.
But I think the Falcons, when you have that position, when you're number 4, you take at that point you take the best player on the board.
You got to.
He's the second best player in the drive, like the way that they looking at it. So.
Y'all think as far as these quarterbacks, like, because like now they talking about Alabama quarterback Mac Jones would be a top 3 pick for San Francisco. Trey Lance, Justin Fields, like.
Where y'all think Justin Fields is going?
That's what I'm.
I think he can go from 3 to 12.
Like, y'all think the draft sometimes they overthink themselves?
Yeah.
Because like at one point How was time? What's changed from the end of college to now for Justin Fields to drop?
First of all, I think it's a racial dynamic. Because they was talking about his character in big games and this, that, and the third. We've seen him play big games. We've seen Justin Fields in 2 years that he played, that he started. He won big games. Now, he might not have won the biggest game, but he won big games, correct?
He beat Trevor Lawrence.
He beat Trevor Lawrence, blew the motherfuckers out of the water, too, right? So my thing is, like, he's a winner.
And he lost to Alabama.
He played 2 years.
The rest of the first round come for their team.
Mac Jones played, what, 1 year?
He started the end when Tua got hurt. And then
So basically a year. And he played a year, and the man got 2 DUIs.
Know that.
He got 2
I
DUIs.
never heard that.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna drop once he get to the league.
He got 2 DUIs. And he played with the best wide receivers, best running back, best everything.
Linebacker, like the whole first round.
The whole team is getting drafted.
They're going to the first round.
So it's like, but why is he submitted such a higher rank than Justin Fields? And he's a statue back there. You have to be able to be mobile in today's game as a quarterback, correct?
They don't like the mobile quarterback. They don't.
Unless you're the 43-year-old man.
So unless you're
a 7-time champion.
Yeah, that's a fact. But that same thing happened with Deshaun Watson. Obviously, that tape maybe not gonna age well, but
His probably got nothing to do with football.
I know I'm talking about at the time.
Oh, yeah.
He dropped.
Yeah.
Like they took the nigga from Chicago, Mitch Trubisky over Deshaun Watson.
Now don't get me wrong.
Because he's 6'6" with a big arm.
Trubisky can throw that bitch.
But it's
Way
like,
down. He might not be accurate, but he can throw that
it's a
bitch.
lot like, I don't know, man. It's the same about Trey Lance. Big, and he can throw that bitch.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yo, here we go, yo. Say what, what's the scenario?
Hey.
Alright. Angela has been dating Louis for a year. Louis has been very insecure about his body. He's husky, and he's came to the decision that he wants lipo all over his body, right? As well as the ab sculpting. So when Louis tells Angela his plans, she flips out and says, "That's not for men. Just go to the gym and you'll be where you want to be." And if he does that, she's dipping. And she's not taking care of it. She's not taking care of him. Is she out of pocket?
Yeah. Like, that's not for men. That's shit.
Say that one more time, my bad. Not the whole nigga just.
Basically, Louis wants to get lipo, and Angela is against it, and she says she's gonna leave if he gets it.
Like,
Because she said that's not like, basically saying like that's not the manly way to go. Just
I
wants
can
to wait.
afford to do it, and I have to get a little bit of recovery time for me. Come on. No, because it's not for men. She's tripping. She's wilding for that. Like, what? It's 2021, man. What's for men and what's for women these days? Like,
Yeah, I just watched Lil Nas get a lap dance to a goddamn devil.
I'm not tripping. Louis get some goddamn life.
And I bet you if I tell you I pay for your life, boy, your ass is goddamn set. Fuck that. I'm trying to look good also.
It could be a girl with no flaws to you. She might have an inch of goddamn fat on her arm. If you tell her like we can lipo that, she'll do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. I think that Angela,
dumb stereotype.
yeah, Angela, you out of pocket. But I seen that came from some shit I seen online where they was talking about, you know, Drake was just appeared with his shirt off.
It came out of nowhere.
And they were saying, oh, he got abs and shit. He got lipo. He got the male BBL. He got the male BBL.
Oh, them jokes gonna fly.
Yeah,
Like,
that's gonna fly.
them jokes gonna
But I
fly.
seen women saying like, so there's something on the Breakfast Club, and women was like, some women was like, my man can't get one of those. Like, what the fuck? That's blah blah blah.
That's wild. Like, you just better not get on the post like, yeah, hard work pay off. And, that dumb shit, you know, to be honest, but
Yeah, I can see that.
it's nothing about it
All right,
before you get it.
come sticky.
Sticky.
He has a new girlfriend. Her name's Tanya. Of course, you know what I'm saying, Sticky has told Tanya about all his past relationships and whatnot. And Sticky has told Tanya plenty of times that that she's basically the most responsible independent woman he's ever dated. In his past relationship, Sticky said that he's ran through money for his women. And he's glad he doesn't have to do that anymore with Tanya. Tanya takes that, personal and tells Sticky that it's not fair that he spoiled all his other bitches, but because she's stable financially, she can't get the same treatment. Does she have a point?
Nope. And
He thinking.
the whole point of it is like, yo, Sticky.
I knew it.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm with you. I feel like this is a forever thing. Like we here, we good. All these other bitches just trying to use me. We can build together. Like you got your own. Like we a team. Yeah, if you want something.
He didn't necessarily say the other bitches was using them, but he's just saying maybe they needed a little bit more TLC.
Because they was using them.
He fucked up by being so damn open about everything. So the expectation's there. So it was like, bro, but I can understand it. Like, she wants you to hustle for her the same way you hustle for them. It's not just because you don't have to do it. Yeah, you don't have to. I got it, but it'd be nice to know that.
Wait.
We need some more.
It's a difference though. Like saying hustle, like, of course I think Sticky, we all know Sticky a hustler, right? Sticky gonna be him. But I think he's just saying like he can breathe. He can, you know what I'm saying? Instead of making 10 trap moves a day, he can do 7. Because he knows it's a partnership, right?
Oh, I took it more as just like,
She's saying like, I'm not being treated like them.
Yeah, like they were gonna go out and eat, Sticky gonna pay for it, or Sticky's the money man. Like now, okay, but like, bro, you don't. It's like you was at 100 with these other girls. Now you're trying to go to 0. Give her a 75. I'm getting a 60. I'm like,
what if he giving her 50?
You don't put the expectation up. Because
he set the expectation.
You set the expectation like, oh, you're finally, I can relax. I ain't got to. I used to get these girls this and that. Word, nigga. Once you put the expectation out there,
if I'm Sticky, you know what I say?
Shit you can do about it.
I'm gonna just be like, look, baby. It's not that I'm not gonna spoil you, baby. You're gonna get everything that you deserve. But the difference between them bitches and I learned it off making a mistake, and with you, is that them bitches was looking for help. With you, you ain't looking for help. You just looking for love. So we vibing. Is that not real?
Sticky.
Is that not real?
Oh, that was poetry. You said that shit perfect.
In the words of my boy in the video,
that was cute.
Wilburn. He said she ain't looking for love. She looking for help. So baby, I learned those. I made mistakes with them. You live and you learn. I learned from my mistakes, baby. You stick around with your boy. You gonna get whatever you need, baby.
Give us a little more.
Come on, man. I gotta give one for a little siren, a little song. I kinda got 2 more real quick. So, I got another one. It's kind of similar to that realm. Bosco and Deidre.
Boy, you running out of names over there.
Bosco and Deidre. Bosco. Y'all niggas don't know Bosco? Bosco and Deidre have been together for a year. Bosco is in love. And he tells Deidre he wants to wake up with her every day. So he invites her to move in with him, right? 6 months later, the living situation is a horror story. Deidre doesn't want to cook, clean, or pay any bills. When Bosco confronts her about that, she says, you invited me to live here, but yet you don't want to take care of me. My life is supposed to be easier with you around, not harder. Does Deidre have a point?
Hell nah, she ain't got no point.
He's thinking.
Right. It comes down to communication. It's like you can't put your own standards on the situation. Bosco,
every time he went to Deidre's house, she had a meal cooked, and they was over there kicking and eating.
then he should have left her as where she was at. you asked Deidre to come on in, and I got you.
You cook,
and
but
now
you still gotta cook.
Nah, bro. I maybe, yeah, you can cook, but maybe.
So what you feel?
Man, hell nah. She was supposed to come over. It's still like, I ain't asking you to pay no bills, but at least goddamn cook and clean around this motherfucker. So you think she ain't gotta do shit now? Easier, and they ain't gotta do nothing. That's two different things.
That's a bit of deep, but
yeah,
I take it more as like just stuff that maybe he would expect her to do that she doesn't want to do because you living in here.
So what I think is, I think that she's right in actuality about the logic, but she's also taking advantage of the situation. You get what I'm saying?
Like she care about him.
She's definitely walking the gray line. Like she's walking a thin line. Like she's trying to act like this nigga should be taking care of everything. And you know the nigga didn't invite you to live with him to do that. Like you know your man's stand. You know your man's money situation.
She's trying to be treated like one of the sticky girls.
Yeah, she's trying to be.
You saying you're right. Like if that's a stranger or that's just a scenario, but that's your man.
That's your man. You know what's going on.
You know, like what. Even if he agreed to do that, you should have been like, you're not gonna let your man go outside like that.
Facts. So she's trying to play the game. She's trying to play.
You're using it.
So the last one. So this is an actual real scenario that's going on. It's been in the news lately. So I didn't even feel the need to like make up names, change it up. It's a scenario on itself. I kind of feel like I already know what y'all gonna say, but I felt like we should talk about it, right? So a guy in Chicago went and he pissed on his ops grave, right? He recorded it, a video of him pissing on the ops grave. You know what I'm saying? In true Chicago fashion, right? True Chicago celebration. And he posted it on social media. In return, the op shot up his car, snowfall style. His daughter was in the car. His 7-year-old daughter got killed. So then he got on the news and said he demands justice. He wants justice. So my question is,
What kind of justice?
is he out of pocket, or should he get majority of the blame?
What kind of justice do we want? Street justice?
He was talking on the news saying he wants justice. So you know what that means.
The only justice he should be looking is going to find niggas that killed his daughter. Don't be running to the police now. You can't play hard 1 minute, and then the next thing you gonna goddamn be a regular citizen.
Yeah.
Hell no, fuck that shit.
I feel you. Fuck that shit. How you feel?
Peed on the ops grave.
He's thinking.
He peed on the ops grave, and then they retaliated and shot the car and killed his daughter. And now he's saying he wants justice. It's his right to say that.
No.
Now, it's not his right to say that. He doesn't have a right to say that. He has his right to say that. Now, whether we like morally agree with it, nah, I think that's kind of wild. That's how I feel. I think he has the right to say that. He has the right. He has the right to be like, okay, I step back. Like everybody has their own rules of what's going too far.
I don't think he has a right to say that.
Nah, I can see how you have the right to say that. Everybody has their own rule to go too far.
Nigga, you
Pissing on somebody's grave?
I'm gonna just be honest.
That's almost like spitting in your face.
I'm just be honest with you, bro. You failed as a parent. You failed as a parent.
You spit in my face.
Like he said, why you let your daughter around here?
Yeah, you failed as a parent, bro. You pissed on the ops grave. You know how disrespectful you took it. That's like Fulio do it when he do it. And then some niggas see him get in the car and they ain't see his daughter in the car and they shoot that motherfucker up. You hear me?
Yeah.
Who fault is that? You not a protector. You not a real nigga in the streets because you ain't even trying to get no get back. I wouldn't even did no Fox 5 interview as a nigga. And in that situation,
I'm
if you are
already, I'm going to find out.
If you are who you say you are,
well, clearly you're not. What I'm saying, you got the right to snitch. Don't make it right. You got the right to, I'm not saying that's, what I'm saying is you got a right to say you do all this stuff, and then when the pressure comes, you got the right to switch up. Whether we accept, whether people feel like that's morally right or not, but I'm not gonna be like, he should not be allowed to do it. Nah, it's your choice. You choose to do that.
I mean, we gonna take it that far. Yeah, he has a right.
I'm coming for you. I wanna kill. I don't want you to sit in jail and go through the system. Like, nah, that shit personal.
That's a fact. All right, man, it's time for that. Good. All right, it's time for that.
Got a couple for y'all today.
Hey, first of all, Soldier Boy, we put you on, nigga. We put you on, nigga. We had to be first, nigga. We put you on, Soldier. We put you on, Drake. Nigga. We had to be first, nigga. Go look it up, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, bar for bar, word for word, nigga. You stole my whole flow, nigga. I had the Cuban before you, nigga. Stop playing. Let's get it.
Back to the cat. Is hard work more important than natural talent? Facts or cap, Brandon? Is hard work
Cap.
more important than natural talent?
Cap.
That's
And
cap.
I'm gonna say this only because you can't teach natural talent. Some niggas just got it.
Mhm.
They ain't gotta work on it. You can work to get better at what you already great at, but if you great at it, natural talent, that shit's just different. That's a whole different ballgame. Like you can't teach that shit.
Hard work beats talent until the talent is doing hard work. So once the talent, put it like this, so like say you're in the league, right? Say you're trying to go to the league. You got a nigga, he's an average size. He's average. He's talented, but he ain't like, he ain't out there. But he got in the league because he put in hard work.
Okay.
Versus the nigga like Kobe, who's talented and he puts in the work. You can't beat that. That nigga, the nigga who puts in the hard work will never be able to be Kobe because Kobe is talented and he puts in hard work.
That's not really what I asked though. I ain't asked. Kobe's a talented nigga who works the hardest.
So what I'm assuming is, are you saying that the talented person puts in no work? Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I need in the question.
Well, I'm gonna say the question again.
You said this hard.
Facts or cap? Is hard work more important than natural talent? What comes
No,
what's more
because you could be the
What makes Kobe Kobe? Is it his natural
his talent
or is the hard
his talent, his natural talent. Now,
work? See, I disagree.
because off of talent, we've seen athletes still get to the league off of talent.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there. I've seen niggas who aren't naturally as gifted put in hard work, but they never made it.
I seen natural talented niggas who don't work hard, don't make it. That happens all the time.
I'm not saying nigga, neither one is gonna be 100% whatever it is.
Just saying that.
We can all do a scenario. What I'm saying is usually the more talented nigga gets more chances, he gets more looks, he gets to the league, he gets more fucking money thrown his way, he gets more opportunities. If you're a nigga who just like you work hard, but you don't fit the description, you can work as hard as you want. Your journey, you may not ever get there. Like the odds are against you.
Harder.
The odds are against you from the jump.
But I think in the long run, the hard worker is gonna beat out just natural talent who don't work hard.
I mean, you can say that, but I'm just saying, like, just if you look at it, I'm just looking at it.
I think it's more important trait.
Yeah.
The hard worker is the more important trait.
I think working hard is.
Because that talent is gonna get you in the door.
So the difference is when you're talented, if you work hard, you're gonna meet the expectations everybody wants for you. Now, if you're talented and you don't work hard, you still might get to not the level that we wanted you to, but you still can be a professional. Like I'm just talking about the sports aspect, right? You could still be what it is. You know what I mean? Now, as far as working hard, you can work as hard as you want, but it still can be overlooked. There's a lot of niggas who put in the work. I've seen niggas in fucking LA Fitness grind it out. Like I done did a 2-a-day and still seen niggas in there all day. Semi-pro leagues, going to or overseas, shit like that. You're never gonna make it. But I guarantee you, motherfucking, put it like this: if goddamn Kevin Durant never worked hard, and he was like, "Man, I'm just gonna chill this summer." You think they're gonna be like?
If Kevin Durant never worked hard, I don't think he
And
made
Shaq didn't work hard. Kobe said that.
I don't believe that. Shaq did.
Shaq said, "Nigga, He said, "Nigga, I sat poolside drinking pina coladas all week, all year."
I didn't always work hard. That's a difference between not working
Well,
hard
who's
and
not-
taking the summer off. You
So-
think
so
Shaq
my
just
question-
never worked?
So
All right,
you
Kyrie,
need to add more to your question.
Worked hard.
Kyrie, I think Kyrie works hard.
I think majority of players in the NBA
I think
who play
off of what you're saying, then you need to add more context.
No,
to
the
the
question is the same. It's fact. What's more important? What's more important?
I think it's more important that you have talent first, nigga. You gotta be able to play the game. You gotta be special.
We gotta be.
You gotta be special.
Now it's gonna be a few.
We gonna look for the special niggas.
Special.
Those niggas get the scholarships first. Them niggas get the what you call it first. Yeah, you can say in the long run, yeah, that hard work works.
Yeah.
But then we can sit around and say, like, you know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes. That's when I feel like it's becoming circumstantial. You know what I mean?
We need some data to back
Yeah, that's
that up.
what.
I agree. The talent, obviously, the eye test is gonna. That nigga can jump and he's fast. You're gonna pop, but that's not gonna last long. There's no longevity that if you don't work hard.
But you can't say that, oh, he can jump fast. And yeah, there are niggas who like that. Yeah, they're not gonna last long. But what about the niggas who they don't necessarily work hard, but they also they naturally have the skill. They naturally have the smarts. That's just who they are. There's niggas that's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen niggas who just like they just was born to play basketball. They really don't even have to work hard, and they can still give you goddamn 17. So that's what I'm saying.
Professional though?
Yeah. Who? It's a lot of, bro. If you go to the league,
Then we can go do one.
bro.
Who's a good one?
NBA player right now. You can ask a player right now if I'm sure every team got some. Who's the nigga that's talented, and he don't really put in a lot of work, but he's just talented. I'm sure they can all point you out somebody, bro.
I think there's a difference between a dude just like drink pina coladas every day and don't work, don't do anything, stay in shape.
But that's why.
And naturally, Spots is talented, but
But that's where I'm going. That's what I said. It's context behind it. That's why I'm saying like the question is, you have to have context behind that because you don't really.
I think hard work is gonna separate more than the natural talent, like because you can. There's a cat. Like everybody ain't Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying?
But you talking about the greatest, some of the greatest.
And that's a great talent, but like I think Kobe Bryant has the hardest work ethic. I don't think
But he also is talented. I think he's naturally talented.
Of course he's that. He's 6'6".
That's why I said.
But he doesn't have.
When you mix that together, when you mix that together, that's obviously what it is. I don't think either one mattered more than the other. Like I think it's a combination.
I totally disagree with you. I think his hard work mattered more. I think that's what drove him to be as great as he is, in my opinion.
Next question.
Facts of cap. A prenup is better for most people's marriages because you suggest prenups for most people's marriages.
I would say so. I think that's facts. I would say
most or there a dollar figure on it, cause that.
This is just most.
I think that some.
The idea of prenup versus a prenuptial agreement versus not having one.
I think when people hear prenup, they get scared. Like when people say prenup, it automatically puts a radar like people get scared of it, like it's a bad thing. But unless like it's a scenario where like y'all are building like say business together, even then you can do a prenup. Like a prenup is just listen.
Even a better
Put it like this: when you involve emotions in let's say business or just lifestyle, whatever it may be, when you involve that together, it's always a tricky situation. Now, do I think that the best thing to do is to communicate with each other? Yes, that's where a prenup comes in. Like it's an agreement. Like look, but a lot of people don't even want to think like that. They don't even want to think like, oh, you're planning our divorce. You know what I'm saying? But like, if we just being real, like you could just be like, look, I'm not planning divorce. I want to be with you forever. But in the event that maybe this happens, I just want to make sure that this is what happened, and we can come. Let's say this. 3 years later, we can come back to the drawing board. Our lifestyle, let's say that it's bigger than the prenup before. Let's talk about it. Do I think that's hard? Yes. Do I think it's going to work for most people? No. But I'm just saying, like, that would be a good lines of communication if you're in a relationship and either y'all are doing business together or maybe one person's lifestyle has changed and they're carrying this person, like, I think it's just a way of communication. Would I like for y'all to have that communication before the prenup? Yes. But sometimes that's just where you gotta take it.
The only difference I got with what you said is in most cases you say it won't work. I didn't
say it won't work.
Yeah, that's what you said. But
wait, I said what won't work?
Like trying to put a prenup together.
I think in our community and like
I think in most cases when you have I'm talking about the regular, and I'm not saying like one person's a billionaire and one person ain't got shit. I'm talking about like say it's just two regular people. They both have businesses or they have a business together. Look, this is how we're gonna split it up. This is how it is. They want to renegotiate it, into the marriage so that if something happens, it's more so they're gonna work together because they built it together from the ground up.
Yeah,
Not like
but
one person started off
So
here.
let me ask you this: do you think that in the midst of that, if y'all, let's say that y'all are in the middle of a prenuptial agreement and y'all are trying to, let's say even y'all maybe even have lawyers or even y'all just sitting at the fucking lunch table talking about it, and some shit comes up where you feel it's not fair and the other person's not budging, that's gonna turn into a issue.
Like I said, for the average person, I don't think it's as big
I
as
think
somebody
it
may
is.
think. Especially if you're, let's say you're planning
I think
a
it is.
prenup, but also doing like a will type death thing. Y'all both die at the same time. You're doing, if
Two
you're
different
doing it,
things.
no, I'm saying, but if you're doing it in the same type of conversation, the same
How
manner.
many? Okay, let me ask you this: how many people across America are really putting out wills?
You don't have a will?
A lot of people don't have wills. I'm not saying I don't.
Or
have
I'm
wills.
not saying like
people don't.
Let's say
What I'm
not
saying
will,
is,
but like,
how many? Let's just talk about ours.
let's say life insurance.
How many
Let's say
people
life
are
insurance.
even? How many?
That's the big difference there.
How many
The
people?
demographic.
How many people have life insurance? How many black people have life insurance? How many black people have fucking wills? How many black people are signing a fucking prenuptial agreement?
I think it's more than you think, bro.
No, I think you putting a little too much faith in humanity, bro. I think when they come to prenups, especially women, they look at it as like, nigga, you're trying to. There's a lot of, and it's usually successful people. Let's not talk about prenuptial agreements. Like say me and Jasmine, we ain't talking about no prenuptial agreement, but usually, especially with men.
That's
It's
what I'm
usually
trying to
men
tell you.
of, I'm not even gonna say wealth, but like you have,
Assets.
yes, you have assets. Usually that's when prenuptials come in. A prenuptial isn't a normal everyday thing. A prenuptial is something that comes in when somebody's valuing some stuff that they have and they're trying to protect it. So that's when that's when it gets sticky. That's why I say it's usually don't work.
And that's why I'm only speaking from the regular common day folk that may have like a business that's.
How many regular common day folk, if y'all are both working on a regular, like say I got a mom and pop store, y'all ain't doing no prenup. If y'all are doing that together,
Should you though?
I think that maybe y'all should have some kind of agreement like, hey look, we split it 50-50 at the time of the divorce and it is what it is, right? That is a prenuptial agreement.
Yeah.
But a lot of folks ain't doing that. Most folks ain't doing that. I'm not saying what I think it should be, I'm just saying what it is. Am I lying?
No, I agree with you. Most folks in our community are not doing stuff financially like that, period.
Yeah.
That from my experience, I think once you start adding different demographics,
Yeah.
the numbers go up.
I think when you hear prenuptial, it turns into.
If you got if you're coming into a situation, if you got kids and you join marriage, you got to protect assets for your children.
Facts.
I think so.
Facts. I agree with that.
But it's all about communication. Like even if you want to do 50-50, that could be a prenup.
Yeah.
Like I love you be forever, but let's split everything.
But most
50-50.
people ain't doing that. Because I've seen family members where I've been there when family members, one person died. Like, for example, my grandfather, he was really my step grandfather. He had the house. My grandma died. He died, and my grandma died a year after. She had her own set of kids.
So step siblings thought they had more entitled to it.
Yeah, they was like, well, this was my daddy's house. They like, well, this is my mama things. Don't you think a prenuptial or a will or some shit would have been a little bit fitting? They had a will, and eventually it was just basically like we take all the stuff inside, they keep the house, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, most people aren't organized like that.
Yeah.
They don't do that type of shit.
Sounds like they should.
They should. They definitely should. I agree with that. I definitely agree with
I
that.
think it happens more than y'all think.
Possibly. One more, man. Fact or cap? Shouts out to little baby. Y'all brought up JoJo Siwa. I had to look her up.
Just see why.
Yeah, so
Allegedly,
allegedly,
got her products in the house right now.
was this?
well, something came out. We haven't been recording in a while. Allegedly, in her I guess her YouTube platform, she came out the closet.
Yeah, she said she engaged.
She, facts or cap? Do y'all see any problem with that announcement on my platform that's framed or dedicated for little kids? Her making that announcement.
I feel like it did something. So, I mean,
Only that's the question. Like not that.
It depends
she's not,
on now, okay.
She's like 18, 19.
yeah.
But
I'ma say
her
this.
target audience I think your daughter watched it, right?
Yeah, she watches. She loves JoJo Siwa.
And how
My
old is
daughter
she?
don't understand. My daughter's 3,
Okay.
so that's why I was just about to say it depends on the severity, like the age of your kid.
Like my daughter, she know the difference. She know what it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in 2021, somebody coming out saying they're gay, it's just more so. That's where hey Dad, JoJo Siwa said she's gay. What? You know, if she says something, then that's when I gotta teach more.
Or she should already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or she should already know. Like, let's be honest. I think the problem is with people who have problems with like. Well, not taking too far. So I can understand people having problems with him, maybe. But like, I'm just saying, like something so like that, where she's just announcing who she is. I think that if your kid, you probably should have already had that talk with your kid. People don't realize that being.
I got it. Have you had a talk?
My child is 3.
But like by the
She
time
doesn't understand it. But by the time I feel that my child is old enough,
Like
or say she beats me to the punch.
Yeah, 10 years old.
But
is
you
okay.
said your daughter watches it, right? So that's
My daughter doesn't know what's going on, bro. All she knows is like the music and the colors.
People
and
love
the
people.
toys.
That's what she look at it as. Like,
She doesn't look at it like that. When JoJo Siwa says I'm gay, she doesn't know what that means. Now, if she was to come to me and be like, "Hey, Daddy, JoJo Siwa says she's gay," then we might sit down and have a talk. We're like, "Yo, JoJo
it's
Siwa."
possible, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
That's not possible?
I've had one. I only have one 3-year-old, bro. I haven't dealt with other 3-year-olds like that. The only 3-year-old I have is like my daughter watches JoJo Siwa every day. I know that because I'm typing the name in for her.
So-
And she hasn't came to me and said JoJo Siwa's gay.
I'm not saying that she has. What I'm saying is that she has comprehension skills to maybe not understand what it means, but to repeat what it says.
And if she repeats, then I take it from there. That's my job. Like I'm saying this, I'm not saying you always gonna be on top. You're not always gonna be on top of shit.
I'm asking you to speak on that aspect of it. Do you
Like
have
she
any-
repeats something.
Do you have any problem with JoJo Siwa?
Her, my daughter learning that from JoJo Siwa. No, because maybe it's something I should have been on top of. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. Like either your daughter's gonna repeat it or whatever, and you're gonna learn that your daughter knows about that. You can't always be around. I get it. So that's when you sit your daughter down or your son down, whoever it is. You sit them down and you educate them and you talk to them. It is what it is.
I think if that's like you certain shows for entertainment, especially at that age, or certain things they watch, you don't expect them to be having that type of subject matter, right? So I don't want my 3-year-old, my 4-year-old listening or hearing like.
Bert Ernie was gay.
Did they ever say it? Did they ever? Did you ever watch
They
it?
eventually said.
Well then.
But I'm saying like there's certain like messages in it in different
That's
shows.
that's why it's also your job to watch what your kids are watching.
That's why you have those open.
So my problem with that would be maybe you shouldn't even watch this.
But that's
the
what I'm saying.
context.
As a parent, you should be watching what your kid is watching. Nigga, I know all the lyrics to fucking Super Saiyan songs. Like,
But what I'm saying
nigga,
is,
I pay attention to what
if
my
you
daughter
watch that, you like that could be a one-off. That could be a hey y'all, and then like, whoa, this is a total left
That's the
thing.
case,
I've never done that.
then you ban your daughter from watching JoJo Siwa. That's if you want to
The
keep that.
question is, do you have a problem with that? It could be a
I don't.
It could be like, nah, it's not a big deal.
I don't. My daughter's probably seen. I
that's the
play.
discussion. It's
So
not like,
if JoJo
it's not
Siwa,
simple.
if JoJo Siwa says I'm gay, whatever, I appreciate y'all. But I'm still in the car with my daughter's in the backseat and I'm playing Who I Smoke. What's really the issue? Who's really the issue? Me.
Yeah.
Nigga, I play that shit with my daughter in the car.
Okay, just
So what I'm saying is, me. I'm trying to get to a point. My point is, I'm trying to say is, nigga, we as people do way worse shit than JoJo Siwa saying she's gay, and my kid might not even fucking understand it. We play way more shit. We play way more worse material. It's just that the gay stigma, like, oh, like I think that's just a narrative that you like is used to saying like, well, I don't want my kid. I just think they're pushing this gay agenda, la da da da. I'm not here to say that. All I'm here to say is that, nigga, check yourself before you check JoJo Siwa. What do you do around the house that your motherfucking kid might be influenced to? Why are we mad at JoJo Siwa because she's telling our kid about some shit? Nigga, it's your fucking job to be a parent. That's like saying, oh, because they play wet ass pussy. What am I supposed to do for my daughter? Nah, nigga, you supposed to tell your daughter that WAP ain't appropriate to you and your household. Nigga, it's your job to be a parent. And parent is hard. in 2021. But that's the choice you have when you have fucking kids.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, I'm not demonizing her for saying that. If I disagree with it, I just gonna be like, simple answer is like, maybe you shouldn't watch that.
Yeah, turn it, block JoJo Siwa.
But like, something like, that's not a big deal. The alternative thing would be like, it's not a big deal. Why let her watch that? Why are you stopping her from watching
Yeah,
that
my
show?
daughter
Because
can watch JoJo Siwa because she like girls.
the discussion goes deeper than just, you're not your parent. As a parent, you control what your child to watch. The
Nigga,
question
my child
is,
lives
if I'm a parent, I say, Justin, is this show good enough? Like, you have a 3-year-old, like, well, what shows does your child watch? You like, I watch this and that. And I say, okay. And it's a dialogue, is what I'm trying to have. It's not.
I said the whole time, the conversation we had.
But we gonna tell you, we gonna teach you what game means. Even if it ain't 3 years old, we gonna have a conversation.
I think the thing
And you
about
probably still might not
I think the
get
thing
there.
about parenting.
I don't want to be exposed to that.
I think the thing
at
about
that
parenting.
age.
I think the thing about parenting is parents. What I've learned is a lot of parents, they plan on when they want to talk to their kid about this. They plan on how they want shit to go. And when something like that happens and it causes you to things not to go as planned, they get mad at the person for telling them. When in actuality, this is reality and people are getting younger and younger and younger and learning things. So it's your job not only to prepare, but it's also your job to learn to prepare to react. Your kid is gonna go to school. She might have never heard a curse word. She's gonna go to school and she's gonna learn a curse word. It's your job to make her know that that's inappropriate. It's your job to teach your kid certain things. And he knows that because he's a parent.
Also, it's your job to be like, maybe if you see, to keep them away from bad influence. Because like,
So let me ask you this.
He said curse word of parents. They said he gave it that.
So can I ask you something real quick?
So if that child's hanging around somebody who's cursing all the time, that's that. All right, then you can tell the teacher, hey, this student over here is cursing. I don't want like my child to think that's a good idea. Peer pressure is influence. The kids are impressionable as fuck. Not that their parents are
right and wrong, and you shouldn't say this word even if somebody else said it.
So let me ask you
Say it again.
Like so if my daughter's coming back home and say, oh, this person's doing it. Okay,
So if
you're not supposed to say this.
If we got kids in school and my son is cursing, and your daughter, or let's say your daughter's cursing, and then my son comes home and be like, oh, Brandon's daughter's cursing. Like, that's my friend. I thought that was okay. I'm gonna call a teacher, or if I know you, be like, hey, why your daughter cursing like that? It's not appropriate for children.
You slipping on a slippery slope though.
Because you can't tell somebody, maybe they're okay with their kids saying nigga, but you ain't okay with your kids saying nigga.
Perfectly fine.
And
outside of school, you can say whatever.
No. I'm
In
saying,
school,
you
there's
tell me
guidelines of what you
You're trying to
cannot say.
you're trying to tell the kids, you're trying to tell somebody else's parents your morals.
No, there's a school code of stuff you can get in trouble for saying. You can't go to school with 3-year-olds
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
You said you called the parents. That's what I'm saying. You called the parents.
I said call teacher first.
No, the teacher is correct, but you called the parents. That's now you taking some shit on your own.
but even after that, okay, so you're really, the biggest issue with you is because my child decides to say shit when she drops something. But you mad because my daughter says shit. And you gonna call the teacher, and the teacher's gonna
Because
say something.
my
But
child come home saying shit now.
the only kid,
from?
but now the only kid that I know that I say shit around is your own kid, and now your kid getting bullied for being a snitch. Over something that you can just teach your kid. Over something you could just
How you
teach.
get bullied?
Bruh, these kids is crazy these days, bruh.
So I'm
Like,
not gonna tell the teacher that because I'm scared.
But
that
over
your
something
kids gonna
that
bully my
you
kid
can
now?
teach your kid that you just shouldn't do. You shouldn't cuss.
I'm gonna do both.
This is not what you do.
I'm gonna do both because I can tell my kid, I can teach him, But that,
So what's the teacher supposed to do?
write your little kid ass up.
Elementary school, you ever got a write-up?
Yes, so you take the
Oh, so you got the red star.
and you go into the yellow
You
light.
really think that's
you
gonna
go to the
change
red
something?
light. Yes,
I feel like once your kids learn curse words, bruh, they just know not to do that shit
What
around
kids
you.
did you-
Exactly. They know when not to say it.
Yeah, so now they just gonna hide it. They're still gonna be at recess talking about shit. But
They used to keep calling too.
Every time.
Alright, bro, wrap this shit up.
Alright, man.
So what?
Baby shower in an hour, we lit. Well, baby shower in 20 minutes, we lit.
I'm cursed from my kids.
We serenading the ops.
And please don't cuss in front of his kids.
Unless I'm doing it.
Man,
No
fuck
cuss in
them
front of his kids. We out, we're in outside shit. Let's get it. Minute break.
Facts and caps are finna go up, nigga. I'm just outside with my dog. Okay. I'm in la ciencia. Of course. You tryna move forward. Push.
He said, she said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, she said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean, he said, she said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean, I'm in a sword. Come get your nigga, man, come get your boy. He like to jump to conclusion, he dumb to illusion. He stupid, the goofy little boy. Bro on his feelings and she on a horse. I'm a finagle, the beggar like horse. None of you niggas is trying to move forward. I'm done to hop off a Porsche, so hop in the porch when I'm back. Yeah, add it up and you ain't getting no break and you're bad enough. You got time for the drama, but you're bagging up. We drunk in the club, acting up on your bitch. Is what it is. Promise to be about the money, don't like it to dip. Young nigga coming like this. Promise this shit is a movie, I hate, I don't miss. He said, she said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean, he said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean, watch how they watching me. Niggas was holding they last slab, but up here said they couldn't do none of me. Same ones handing out hashtags, but they couldn't even put a gun on me. All of these niggas is sons of me. I'm the original, you just the wannabe. I'm who you wanna be, better let go. Yippee-ki-yo, press the and hit the fucking link in my bio. If you really about it, you can slide, bro. If you really about the drama, you can slide, bro. Ayy, petty pussy nigga on the psycho, ayy. Coulda murked the nigga on sight, though, ayy. Coulda had a sucking low lipo, ayy. None of you niggas could fuck with me. He said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean, he said, he the what, the who? Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. Heard it, seen it, probably wasn't true. Hold up, nigga, talk about it, yeah. He said, we said wasn't going. Got these people acting like they know it. Facts and cash, we gon' my back to back, and nigga, all be cap if we ain't got the facts. I mean.